Many people believe that once muscle loss begins after the age of 60, it is a permanent and unstoppable part of aging. But science has proven something far more hopeful. Muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, is not only preventable, it is reversible. The body at any age has an incredible ability to adapt and rebuild as long as it receives the right signals through nutrition, activity, and recovery. Sarcopenia develops gradually, often unnoticed at first, as muscles become smaller and weaker over time. This is caused by several factors: hormonal changes, reduced physical activity, lower protein intake, and less efficient muscle protein synthesis. Yet, the same processes that lead to loss can also lead to gain when properly stimulated. The key lies in understanding how muscle works. Muscle tissue is constantly being broken down and rebuilt in a process called protein turnover. In youth, the rate of rebuilding easily matches or surpasses the rate of breakdown. But as we age, our muscles become less responsive to normal amounts of protein and exercise. This condition, called anabolic resistance, means older adults need a slightly stronger stimulus to trigger the same growth response. Fortunately, studies have shown that consuming adequate protein, particularly protein rich in leucine, such as eggs, dairy, meat, or soy, alongside resistance exercise can fully overcome this resistance. In fact, older adults can build muscle at nearly the same rate as younger individuals when these factors are optimized. Exercise is the most powerful weapon against sarcopenia. Resistance training, even simple bodyweight movements, signals the body to recruit and strengthen muscle fibers. This doesn't require a gym or heavy weights. Exercises like squats, wall push-ups, or lifting light dumbbells can make a remarkable difference. Regular movement tells the body that muscle is still needed, and when combined with protein intake after exercise, it maximizes the muscle building effect. Even 2 or 3 sessions per week can increase strength, balance, and endurance in people well into their 70s and 80s. Nutrition plays an equally important role. Protein should be distributed evenly throughout the day, not consumed all at once. Many older adults eat very little protein in the morning, which means their muscles spend the first half of the day in a breakdown state. Including a high-quality protein source at breakfast like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie helps shift the body into repair mode earlier, preventing unnecessary loss. Adequate vitamin D, omega-3 fats, and hydration also support muscle maintenance by improving protein metabolism and reducing inflammation. Recovery and sleep complete the cycle of reversal. Muscles don't grow during exercise, they grow during rest. Deep restorative sleep allows hormones like growth hormone and testosterone to repair tissue and strengthen muscle fibers. By balancing nutrition, movement, and rest, older adults can see tangible improvements in muscle tone, posture, and vitality within weeks. Reversing muscle loss after 60 isn't about turning back time. It's about working with the body's natural systems more intelligently. Strength can be rebuilt, energy can return, and independence can be maintained. The human body is resilient. It never loses the ability to heal and grow stronger. All it needs is the right messaging: move often, eat wisely, and believe that progress is still possible. When it comes to maintaining or rebuilding muscle after the age of 60, the timing and quality of protein intake become critically important. Many people focus only on the total amount of protein they eat in a day, but the way protein is distributed and the type of protein consumed play a major role in how effectively the body can use it. As we age, our muscles become less responsive to small amounts of protein. This is known as anabolic resistance. To overcome it, Older adults need to consume higher quality protein at the right times throughout the day to stimulate muscle repair and growth efficiently. Protein timing refers to when you eat protein in relation to your daily activities, particularly exercise. After a night of fasting, the body wakes up in a mild catabolic state, meaning muscle breakdown has been occurring during sleep. A protein-rich breakfast helps to quickly stop this breakdown and trigger muscle protein synthesis, the process that builds new muscle tissue. Unfortunately, most older adults consume little to no protein in the morning, often choosing cereal, toast, or coffee instead of a meal that fuels recovery. This means their muscles go for half the day without the nutrients needed to repair themselves. Research has shown that spreading protein intake evenly across all meals, roughly 25 to 35 grams of high-quality protein per meal, supports stronger and more consistent muscle growth than eating most of it at dinner. The period after exercise is another critical window. Within about 30 to 60 minutes after resistance training, the body is particularly receptive to protein. Consuming a serving of high-quality protein during this time helps repair damaged fibers and build new ones faster. This post-workout protein doesn't have to come from supplements. It can come from simple whole foods like eggs, milk, fish, or lean meats. Even plant-based options such as soy or pea protein can be effective if consumed in sufficient amounts. Protein quality refers to the amino acid composition and how well the body can digest and use it. Not all proteins are created equal. Complete proteins, those that contain all 9 essential amino acids, are the most effective for muscle building. Animal sources like eggs, poultry, fish, dairy, and lean meats are naturally complete. Among them, eggs stand out as one of the best because of their high biological value and leucine content. Leucine is the amino acid that acts as the on switch for muscle protein synthesis. It sends a signal to the muscle cells to start building new tissue, making it a key player in reversing sarcopenia. For those following a vegetarian diet, combining plant proteins such as legumes and grains ensures all essential amino acids are covered. By focusing on both timing and quality, older adults can make the most of every meal. A balanced breakfast with eggs or Greek yogurt, a protein-rich lunch, and a light but nourishing dinner can transform how the body uses nutrients. When paired with regular resistance activity, this approach helps overcome anabolic resistance, rebuild lean muscle, and restore vitality. Proper protein timing and quality aren't just nutrition strategies, they are tools for preserving independence, energy, and quality of life well into later years. One of the biggest nutritional challenges among older adults is not overeating, but undereating protein. Most seniors simply don't consume enough high-quality protein to maintain or rebuild muscle. As we age, appetite often decreases, digestion slows, and food preferences shift toward lighter, easier-to-eat meals. Unfortunately, these changes often lead to lower protein intake at a time when the body actually needs more, not less. Studies show that adults over 60 may require up to 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day to preserve lean muscle mass, compared to the 0.8 grams recommended for younger adults. Yet, surveys reveal that many older individuals consume only half of what's needed, leaving their muscles undernourished and vulnerable to loss. There are many reasons why this happens. First, aging naturally decreases appetite, especially in the morning, making protein-rich foods less appealing. Many seniors also experience dental problems, difficulty chewing or swallowing, which makes tougher protein sources like meat harder to eat. Others live alone and find less motivation to cook full meals, relying instead on convenience foods like toast, cereal, soup, or fruit, all of which are low in protein. Financial concerns or limited access to fresh food can also contribute to reduced intake. Over time, this low protein pattern leads to muscle wasting, slower metabolism, and reduced strength, all of which can impact balance, mobility, and independence. What makes this even more concerning is that the body's ability to build muscle from protein declines with age. This means that even when older adults do eat protein, they need a slightly larger portion or a higher quality source to trigger the same muscle building effect as younger individuals. Skipping protein at breakfast or lunch and eating most of it at dinner is another common mistake. The body can only use a certain amount of protein at a time for muscle repair, so spreading protein intake evenly across all meals is far more effective than saving it all for the evening. It's not just about quantity, but also about the kind of protein consumed. Many seniors rely heavily on carbohydrates like bread, rice, or potatoes while cutting back on meat or dairy. To truly support muscle health, meals should include complete proteins that provide all essential amino acids. Eggs, dairy products, lean poultry, fish, and legumes are excellent options. For those who prefer lighter meals, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a protein smoothie can be easy and digestible ways to increase protein intake. Even small snacks like boiled eggs or a handful of nuts can make a difference. The consequences of chronic protein deficiency go beyond muscle weakness. It can slow wound healing, reduce immune function, and make recovery from illness or surgery more difficult. But the solution is simple and achievable. By intentionally including a good source of protein at every meal, especially breakfast, seniors can rebuild strength, improve energy, and maintain their independence. Increasing protein isn't about dieting or restriction. It's about giving the body what it needs to stay strong, mobile, and vibrant throughout the later decades of life. When it comes to rebuilding muscle after 60, few foods are as powerful, accessible, and scientifically supported as the simple egg. Often underestimated because of its familiarity, the egg is in fact one of nature's most complete and efficient sources of nutrition for muscle repair and growth. Every egg contains a perfect balance of high-quality protein, essential amino acids, vitamins, and minerals that work together to restore muscle tissue, improve strength, and enhance overall vitality. What makes eggs particularly effective is not just the quantity of protein they provide, but the quality and bioavailability of that protein, meaning how easily the body can digest, absorb, and use it for muscle synthesis. Each large egg contains about 6 to 7 grams of protein, and this protein is classified as complete because it contains all 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot produce on its own. Among these amino acids, leucine plays a starring role. Leucine acts like a biological switch that turns on muscle protein synthesis, the process that builds and repairs muscle fibers. In older adults, where this process becomes less responsive due to age-related anabolic resistance, leucine, rich foods like eggs can reignite the body's ability to build muscle efficiently. 2 to 3 eggs at breakfast can provide enough leucine to trigger this growth response, making it one of the most effective first meals of the day for seniors looking to reverse muscle loss. Beyond protein, eggs deliver an impressive package of nutrients that support muscle and overall health. The yolk, often mistakenly avoided, contains vitamin D, B12, and choline, all vital for maintaining strong bones, healthy nerves, and energy metabolism. Vitamin D helps muscles contract effectively and supports calcium absorption for bone strength, while choline aids in muscle control and brain function. The fats in eggs are also beneficial. They help the body absorb fat, soluble vitamins, and provide long-lasting energy, reducing fatigue throughout the day. For those concerned about cholesterol, modern research has shown that eggs do not significantly raise blood cholesterol levels for most people. In fact, they may improve heart health by increasing HDL, the good cholesterol. The timing of egg consumption matters too. Starting the day with eggs helps stop overnight muscle breakdown and gives your body the amino acids it needs to shift into repair mode. Unlike sugary breakfasts that spike blood sugar and leave you tired, eggs provide stable energy and reduce cravings, keeping you active and alert. When paired with fiber, rich vegetables, or whole grains, they form a balanced meal that fuels both the body and brain. For older adults seeking strength, independence, and energy, eggs are an easy and affordable solution. They can be scrambled, boiled, poached, or baked, versatile enough for any taste or schedule. Including eggs regularly in the morning meal can kickstart recovery, promote lean muscle, and support long-term health. They are more than a breakfast staple. They are a small yet mighty tool for turning back the clock on muscle loss and restoring vitality at any age. Eggs are a nutritional powerhouse, offering far more than just protein. Within their small shell lies a unique blend of nutrients that directly support muscle health, brain function, and overall vitality, especially for adults over 60. 3 of these nutrients, leucine, vitamin D, and choline, stand out as key players in the fight against muscle loss and age-related decline. Each works in a different but complementary way, creating a synergy that helps older adults rebuild strength and maintain independence. Leucine, an essential amino acid found abundantly in eggs, is one of the most powerful natural triggers for muscle protein synthesis, the process through which the body repairs and builds muscle tissue. As people age, their muscles become less responsive to normal amounts of dietary protein. This condition, known as anabolic resistance, makes it harder to maintain or gain lean mass. Leucine helps overcome this resistance by activating a specific cellular pathway called mTR, which signals the muscles to start rebuilding. One large egg contains nearly half a gram of leucine, and when 2 or 3 are consumed at breakfast, it provides enough to switch the body from a muscle breakdown state to a muscle building one. Unlike many plant-based proteins that have lower leucine content, eggs offer a potent and easily digestible source, making them ideal for older adults with reduced appetites or difficulty eating large meals. Vitamin D is another critical nutrient found in the yolk of the egg. Known primarily for its role in bone health, vitamin D also has direct effects on muscle function. It helps muscles contract efficiently and supports the communication between nerves and muscle fibers. Low levels of vitamin D are common among seniors, particularly those who spend little time in sunlight, and this deficiency is strongly linked to weakness, fatigue, and an increased risk of falls. By including eggs in the diet, especially in combination with moderate outdoor activity, older adults can improve both muscle strength and balance. Vitamin D also aids in calcium absorption, supporting stronger bones and preventing fractures, a vital benefit for aging individuals. Choline, another nutrient concentrated in egg yolks, plays a less obvious but equally important role. It is essential for the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that helps control muscle movement, coordination, and memory. Adequate choline intake ensures that the brain and muscles communicate effectively, supporting reflexes, balance, and cognitive sharpness. Choline also contributes to the structure of cell membranes and supports liver health, which is crucial for processing nutrients efficiently. Many older adults fall short of the recommended choline intake, but just 2 eggs can provide over half of the daily requirement. Together, leucine, vitamin D, and choline make eggs a unique functional food for older adults. They address multiple dimensions of aging, muscle loss, bone weakness, and cognitive decline within one simple, affordable ingredient. When paired with a balanced diet and regular activity, these nutrients create a foundation for long-lasting strength and energy. Eating eggs regularly is not just about building muscle, it's about nourishing the entire system that keeps the body strong, coordinated, and capable well into later life. Reversing muscle loss after 60 requires more than just eating the right foods. It demands consistency and regular physical activity. Nutrition provides the raw materials for rebuilding muscle, but movement tells the body where to use them. Without that stimulus, even the best diet cannot fully unlock the body's potential for repair and strength. Consistency and activity work together like 2 gears in the same machine. One powers the other, and when both turn steadily, progress becomes visible and lasting. Consistency is often the missing ingredient in most fitness or nutrition plans, especially among older adults who may expect quick results. Building muscle and regaining strength is not an overnight process. It's a steady, cumulative journey. Muscles respond to repeated signals, not occasional effort. Eating enough protein one day or exercising once a week won't create real change. However, when the body receives regular, predictable input, protein at each meal, gentle resistance training several times a week, and adequate rest in between, it adapts by growing stronger and more resilient. Over time, these small, consistent habits add up to noticeable improvements in energy, balance, and muscle tone. Physical activity is the key that unlocks the power of good nutrition. When muscles are used regularly, they become more sensitive to protein intake. This means that the same amount of protein consumed after a workout has a greater impact than if it were eaten after a day of sitting still. Resistance training, in particular, is the most effective way to stimulate muscle growth in older adults. It doesn't have to mean lifting heavy weights at the gym. Simple movements like squats from a chair, wall push-ups, or using resistance bands at home can be highly effective. These exercises send a message to the body that muscle tissue is still needed, prompting it to strengthen rather than waste away. Beyond building muscle, regular activity improves circulation, joint flexibility, and coordination. It enhances the delivery of nutrients and oxygen to tissues, making the process of muscle repair faster and more efficient. Exercise also improves mood and motivation, which encourages consistency. Many seniors who start light activity notice better sleep, reduced pain, and greater confidence in daily movement, all of which feed back into maintaining their new habits. The power of consistency lies in sustainability. It's not about intensity or perfection. It's about showing up regularly. Even short, moderate sessions, 15 to 20 minutes a day, can transform health when done consistently over time. Pairing daily activity with well-timed protein meals, especially breakfast, creates a rhythm that keeps muscles in a continuous state of repair and growth. When this pattern is maintained week after week, the results are profound, stronger muscles, improved posture, better mobility, and greater independence. In the end, the secret isn't in doing more. It's in doing enough, often. Consistency teaches the body what to expect, and activity gives it purpose. Together, they form the foundation for lasting muscle strength, energy, and confidence at any age. The body may grow older, but with steady effort and movement, it never stops responding to care and commitment.